Yo, what is up everyone? Jazz here, and today I'm going to be doing a review on my Lego Titanfall inspired mech. This is a Titanfall inspired, as I said before, mecha with the same kind of like concept, you know? So you have your pilot figure going inside of a mecha. So we'll take a look at all of that here in a second, but I want to thank you guys so much for the support, the love. I'm noticing the subs increasing every day. I'm overwhelmed. I checked my phone earlier. It's at 25 subs, and then I checked later on and it's at 35. So I appreciate the love, guys. Big heart. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna move this guy out the way, but big heart from me to you. I appreciate that. Muchas gracias. But yeah, so we're gonna take a look at this guy. You guys see my short, my reel, whatever it's called on YouTube, then you know this guy has a weapon. We'll look at that in a second. We'll look at that last actually, but I first want to look at the mecha itself. And this guy is something serious. He is built around the Lego Marvel mech. It's, you know, one of those sets. I use those pieces. I thought they looked really nice, and yeah, it worked out pretty nicely. I would have done, if I could have done anything differently, I would have made this. I would have tried to like flip this upside down. I don't really care for the anti-studs. You know, they're not an issue. It's not gonna bother me, but like, I would have liked to have the regular studs on the top and then just add like flat tile pieces across. That would have been nice, but you know what, it's okay. It's okay. It's not any particular mecha in the game anyway, so it's whatever. But I did add those little BT inspired I guess vents right there. I think they're really cool. For those of you who don't play or have never played Titanfall 2, BT is the main Titan in the campaign. So, moving along, the arms are really cool. They're asymmetrical in some areas, but they're the same build for the most part. Yeah, this detail, the forearm is very well. The bicep is pretty bulky here, which I think is really cool. The elbows move. This little elbow armor piece moves. I really want to add something else here, but we'll see what comes of this later on at a later date. But yeah, you can see the way that the arm is designed, like that. I really like this. It's very weird and different. I like it. But yeah, the forearms are pretty thin. Thankfully, I wanted that, and the execution turned out really nicely. I did add these little spiked pieces here. These are really cool. These are very rare in my collection, so I had to use them somewhere. They're really cool. I only have two. There's one on this side and one on this side. But like I said, these arms are identical aside from a few part colors. This is a blue curved piece. This one's in black, but this one is using one of those singular variants of both of these together. If you know what I'm trying to say, you can see it like that. So asymmetrical in colors, but the same parts. So you know, I imagine this being a mech that's built by someone, and they're an artist like myself, and then decided, hey, let me just paint this or something, I don't know. Or maybe they're using different parts that they found in a garage or junkyard or something. I don't know. You can make up your own story, whichever suits you. The hands, they're very TMNT-ified, if that makes sense. Two fingers and then the thumb, which I think is really cool. Very simplistic. I try not to make my mecha too humanoid. I think that just makes them look a lot more machine-like, and not more badass, in my opinion. Up top, before I get to the legs, up top I did add like these little sensors, if that's what you want to call them. I added detail with this being connected to this, this little sensor there, using this piece like that. So, that's pretty cool. This is where the pilot can hold on to should you ever want your pilot there. And then on the back, we have the artillery here. These are the spring-loaded shooters. These are on ball joints, so you can move them all over the place. They're in ball joints here and up here, so you can really like adjust these however you please. They've even got these little pieces back here to add some extra detail. I'm all about detail. I love tiny details, so had to add that. And yeah, of course, you can add the spring-loaded shooters, the actual shooter pieces in there, and actually fire those off. So cool display and play, which I really enjoy. You have these two boosters here. This one moves up like that. This one moves a lot more freely because it's not gonna bump into anything, but they move. I like to kind of keep them separated like that, just to kind of show off this little piece there. And there's nothing special about it, but it's silver with these little I guess these black triangles printed on them. I'm trying to figure they're triangles, I think. I don't know. They came from a little Speed Champion set, so hey. As well as this. This also came from a Speed Champion set. But yeah, this is where the weapon gets stored onto the back of the mecha. And then the legs here are pretty bulky. They're asymmetrical in color, as well as certain pieces. This one has a gunmetal ingot. This one doesn't. This one has one of those pieces. Again, I love using these pieces for small details. But you can see like the way the leg is designed. Like it's definitely different than what you're usually used to seeing with these Titans. I use the ratcheting joints here just for extra stability, and then ball joints down here for the feet, which I think I designed the feet pretty nicely. I like that I added these pieces here for extra detail. Otherwise it would have looked really, really bland. I don't really care too much for that. So yeah, that is the Titan. Now taking a look at the accessory that it comes with. We have this sniper. Now, this is not a Titanfall sniper. This is my own little sniper, my own little sci-fi weapon. First time making an actual gun for a Lego mecha, because I'm usually used to making swords and melee weapons and things of that sort. So this is like my own sniper rifle thing. I imagine it being working similarly to the carbine rifle from the Covenant carbine rifle from Halo. Just obviously a lot more powerful than that. But yeah, so on this side we have the scope here. You let that up, you can push that back for the deployed version, and then the undeployed, it's just the reversed. So, and then of course the sniper gets stored, right? It gets clipped onto the Titan's back with this little bar piece. I don't know what to call that, but the little, you see what I'm talking about. And it just clips on in the middle like so. And it holds it just fine. I'm shaking it. It's not coming apart, not falling off. So it's pretty solid. Don't we just love when mechas have built-in storage for their weapons? But yeah, so there he is, like that. I'm gonna take this off so you guys can see him holding the weapon. He can ADS with the sniper, but it doesn't look right. And he can't really hold it up because this sniper is pretty heavy up front. It uses these bigger Lego pieces, and it really weighs the front of the sniper down a little bit. So the most I can really offer you guys on the video is him simply like holding the sniper in a resting pose. Let's see. He just holds it on this little groove right there, which I think is really cool. That little indent, if you will. I guess that's what it would be called. Yeah. Little indent right there. And he holds it just fine. Like that. And yeah. So that's pretty cool. I want to go into the articulation of this thing because I know a lot of you guys are probably like wondering like, well, what's the articulation like? And the articulation for this guy is pretty good because of the way I've designed him. Starting for the feet, obviously, as I said earlier, ball joints at the feet, ratchets on the leg, like that. You can bend that far. Well, as you can see, the waist is very movable, but you can get him into like a running pose, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, ratcheting like that. Can obviously move it side to side given the joint that I'm using. So you can also get him into some other crazy poses. You know? Obviously, as you can see here, this is on a ball joint as well. So legs move around that much. Waist is on a swivel. As you can see there, and that swivel is connected to the top portion here. So 360 swivel. Shoulders are on ball joints. They move a full 360 if you can angle it right. They tend to get caught on this armor here on both sides. So you have to be careful with that, but they do move around pretty well. Elbows also on ball joints. Move full 360 up, down like that. Wrists, you guys know how wrists are. Ball joint, full 360. Fingers, fully posable. The thumbs on these hands though, can actually do something cool. You pull this back like that, and now you got a thumbs up gesture, which I think is a really nice touch. The eye can actually be moved. Move it ever so slightly side to side. It's on a ball joint, so it moves up and down that much. You guys can see the kind of ball joint system I'm using. And of course, the cockpit can open up. And we already took a look at these spring-loaded shooters. You guys know those were on ball joints as well. So, overall, what do I rate this mock? I rate this mock a solid 10. I'm going to say a 9.5. There are things that I would like to go in and do better. But this mech has definitely taught me a whole bunch of different techniques. It's allowed me to really play with different looks and different styles and everything like that. So I'm really pleased with the outcome, especially with the amount of tiny detailing that I've added. So, yeah. But that is all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support me further, please be sure to check out my Patreon, as we are not yet monetized on the channel. So sub to the Patreon. I do upload, you guys do get to see early access looks at my upcoming mocks, give your feedback and input and everything, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, check out the Patreon in the description below. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to grow the Instagram account as well as the YouTube. So go follow me on Instagram. All the other socials, or my other socials, are linked in the description below. So be sure to check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon. Peace, peace.